Welcome back. It's Melanie or She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a 2-page layout documenting Disney again using the Storybook collection from Close to My Heart. I am going to be using the scrapbooking workshop for this one with an addition of a Paige Evans cut file. And I am kind of making this layout my own by, I guess, switching the sides of the stripes. I guess you'll see as I get into it what I kind of mean. But again, this black and white background or paper is going to be my background. I messed up a little bit and cut too much off of one of the ends, and so I had to cut more off the other paper because I needed it even, I guess. So with the scrapbooking workshops, it tells you exactly how wide and how long your papers should be and which paper. With me, though, I just made a mistake and didn't cut them appropriately. So this here, this I don't know, papaya peach paper is an exclusive to the scrapbooking workshop. That is one of the nice things with the workshops, that you get exclusive papers in addition to a full sticker sheet and extra embellishments as well. So you can see here I wanted an even border all the way around, and so I did trim off a little bit more. Otherwise it would have been like a 1/4 inch off. Not a big deal, but I wanted it even all the way around, and so I did trim off a little bit. It did not call for this part of it, but I wanted to get the most out of my black paper, and I knew that just a border of the black would be showing, and so I just gutted the inside of it, and then I am going to tape down the black and white paper here. So again, I'm trying to use different collections for documenting our Disney trip, and I thought this one was absolutely perfect. So I believe part of this collection and possibly the scrapbooking workshop is still available, so I will have the link down below for you. With this specific workshop, I loved that there is a more masculine option for the layouts or a more feminine option for the layouts. So there were actually, you could do 6 different layouts. I mean, you don't have enough product to do all 6, but you have 6 different options with this particular scrapbooking workshop. So these strips of paper that I am taping down now were actually part of the die cuts. I went ahead before I started and cut them all, or punched them all out. And then the original layout called for them to be on the outside edges, but I wanted them in the inside to make kind of the layout more cohesive for what I had imagined for my layout, because I am going to use a giant castle cut file, like I said, from Paige Evans. And so I just thought for me it would look better if the stripes were in the middle. Again, I don't know what took me so long to complete this layout, because I was just following instructions. But this layout actually took me quite a while, and when I was editing it, I had to edit quite a bit out to kind of shorten the layout for you. You guys don't miss out on anything important, but I was surprised at how long it took me. So I decided I'm going to use the castle photos for this layout and this collection. I went ahead beforehand and backed my cut file. It is not something I enjoy, and so I just like to do it off camera to save a little bit of time as well. So I just did the black, and then I believe that's the color Mist with the castle. I made sure not to tape the Mickey down so that I could kind of tuck my photo underneath of it, and it actually helped cover up some of the people in the photo, so I was happy with that decision. I wanted to kind of spruce up and almost make a barrier between the white outline of the cut file and then the black and white background paper, and I chose honey butter. I showed my husband the layout afterwards, and he said, "What is up with this yellow?" I don't know. In my mind, it was a good idea. Maybe I picked the wrong color. But he was not a fan of the yellow. So I want to know you guys, your opinions on the yellow, because he was not a fan. I do, when I'm inside scrapbooking, I ask him all the time, and he's always, if you don't like my answer, then don't ask for my opinion. But it is what it is. It's not like I can go back and change the yellow. But I'm curious what you guys think of it. On page 2, I am just going to line up my 2 photos side by side. They are just, we wrote early morning photos. We rope dropped Magic Kingdom. If you don't know what that is, if you stay on a Disney resort, you get an extra, I think, 30 minutes before the park actually opens that you can go ride rides. And so we did that, and it was, I think, between 40 and 45 degrees, which we weren't really expecting it to be that chilly, but it was at 7 a.m. So you can see we're kind of all bundled up and still kind of sleepy-eyed, but that's why. But just memories. I wouldn't change it for anything. Anyways, back to the layout. So here again, I used that yellow, and I think maybe page 2 is where he really is like, what is this? But again, I wanted to almost bring it over to page 2 as well. If you look closely at the scrapbooking workshop, they actually colored in some of the images, like the dragons, and I don't know if they use colored pencils or whatnot, but they colored in a couple of the images throughout, and I liked that idea, but again, just didn't, I don't know, I didn't want to take the time, I guess, to do it. So instead, to kind of separate the papers, I used the blending technique. So this was another one of the cut aparts, or the die cuts, I guess, in the collection, specific to the workshop. And again, I'm just kind of using what they used, but placing it, I guess, where I think it works best for me. So I do use the same title. It's Happy Day, and I do really like that title. I will say I do end up struggling with embellishing the entire thing, just with how specifically themed I like my layouts. I was very picky, I guess, on what I included on this layout. If it didn't kind of scream Magic Kingdom and Castle, then I didn't really use it, I guess. And with a big cut file, I didn't have as many options of where to embellish, maybe. I did go into my stash and find, I think it's the Echo Park, maybe Make-A-Wish collection. The color schemes were fairly similar to this Storybook collection. And so I was able to sneak in some kind of Disney-specific embellishments in this collection. One of which was like that magic ticket down at the bottom right of page 1. I then kind of went to the embellishments and kind of picked around with what to use. I added that crown to the left pretty much because when I cut the mist paper from the background of the cut file, I don't know, I cut too much of the star at the top, so I covered up what I had cut off with that crown. It is not what, I don't enjoy doing cut files like that. I have another one planned, and I've just been putting it off because I don't want to back the cut file, but I think I need to back it. So here with page 2, there was a castle and kind of a scroll for some journaling, but unfortunately, I did not have enough space because I have 2 full 4x6 photos. I was able to add the castle to the bottom right, but then kind of struggled here with kind of what to use then to embellish the rest of the page. Before I came inside from the she shed, I cut out a bunch of Disney cut files from Paige Evans and kept kind of some of the inside pieces, if that makes sense. Like, I think this was cut out from the castle, But I was like, I could use that, somewhere else on a layout. And so I used paprika and blended that Mickey there, just kind of as another little base for a cluster. Again, just didn't love the crowns that much. The crowns were in the original layout and I didn't love them. So again, I'm struggling with what to use, how to embellish. The colors of this Echo Park collection, they're close but not right on, spot on. And so it did, I don't know, I do end up using quite a few pieces, but they're not my favorite, I guess. I kind of bummed that I don't absolutely love this layout. I had high hopes for the castle photos, and I still have my other son's castle photos, my castle photos, and then nighttime castle photos. So I have some time and some options to, I guess, redeem myself using all of those castle photos. I won't record all of them. I've been trying to kind of record one layout using the same photos. So I'll do the other ones off camera so you guys aren't bombarded and are not seeing all the same photos all month long. That's what I did last month, and I really thought that was a good idea. If you didn't catch them all, there are quite a few Disney layouts in my January layout share that did not make it on for a process video. So definitely check out the layout share if you are interested in more Disney layouts. But I hope you guys enjoyed this 2-page layout. I will see if this collection's still available and link it down below if you are interested. But I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.